guys, it's Kat. I was asked several times a while back if I would show how I make my homemade glimmer mist and my paint mist. I make them both with glimmer and without because I don't always want things to be shimmery. And I've always made them using water and like this folk art metallic paint or just regular paint with no glimmer. But recently I have heard that if you use alcohol, just regular, isopropyl, is that how you say it, alcohol, that it dries faster and it won't warp your paper. Now, I don't ever use enough paint so that it does warp the paper. I've never had that happen, but it would, if alcohol makes it dry faster, then shoot, I'll try it. So today I'm going to be making it with alcohol, and we're going to compare it to the kind that I've made with water. Now, normally when I make it, I will fill the bottle up about to here with water, or well, maybe there, and then I'll fill it with paint up to here. Okay, and then I just shake it up, and that's it. I mean, that's how I make my glimmer mist. But today we're going to do it with alcohol instead of water, and we may have to fool around a little bit to get it exactly right, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so to start with, you're going to need alcohol, and then you're going to need paint. And I'm going to do two different kinds. I'm going to do regular paint. This one is graphite. It's not shiny. This one is metallic Christmas green, and it is shiny. Okay? And, excuse me, the spray bottles that I use, this one I happened to pick up at Target in the travel section. It says Travel by Design, 3-ounce travel bottle. And after I bought them at Target, I found this for $1, and this was more than $1. I can't remember how much, like $1, I want to say $1.49 or something. But at the dollar store I found this, and it has a spray bottle and 2 regular bottles for $1. So I picked up a whole bunch of these. And I figured what I could do is make the glimmer mist or the paint mist in this, and then I could make extras in here, and then just clean, if I ever need to use a different one that I don't use very often, I could just clean one of these out and switch it. Or I can use this for something else like lotion or, whatever. But it was cheaper. You get 3 for the price of 1, so I'll find a way to use it. Okay, so this bottle looks exactly the same, maybe a teeny bit smaller, see? It says, yeah, it's 2.7 ounces, so this one's a little bit smaller than this one, but 0.3 ounces is not a big difference to me. Okay, so we'll start with this one, and let's make the shimmery one first. So the first thing I do is shake it, because I don't know how long it's been since, it was packaged. So I just kind of hit it against my hand like this. Okay. If I can get the plastic off here. So I'm going to start out by putting my paint in, and you'll see how much I use normally. I kind of just let it cover the bottom. Once it starts to cover the bottom pretty well, then I stop, and I see the thing is you can always add more. So I just kind of cover the bottom, and then we'll add the alcohol. And I don't have a funnel because I couldn't find mine, so I'll just hopefully not spill it. Well, okay, I'll spill it a little. And I'm going to make about that much. Now I'm probably going to have to add more paint, but we'll see. Oh wow. Actually, I don't think I'm going to have to add more paint. Maybe you use less paint with alcohol than you do with water, because this looks really, really good. If it works better, I'll dump out my water ones and remake them all with alcohol. So I'm shaking it up to try to get all the paint off the bottom. But look how beautiful that looks. Isn't that something? Okay, so let's test it out. Let me move this. We'll get my spray box over here. So I have this, let me back this up, homemade spray box. I got a box of paper, or an order from 2Ps or something, and it came in one of these boxes that's this tall. I cut off one side, and then I put masking tape on the corners of the other 2 sides, and it works perfect as a spray, a spray box. Okay, So let me get a scrap piece of paper, which I always keep under my mat here. And we will test it out. Uh-oh, that didn't come out very well. Uh-oh. Okay, so this may not be a good spray bottle, the ones from the dollar store. Darn, look how it's squirting. Rats. Ooh, it's really shimmery though. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Okay, let me switch this out with a different sprayer. Well, that stinks because I just bought a whole bunch of these. We'll try it with this one. So you may have to pay a little more and go to Target or Walmart or something and get some. I've never seen them at Walmart, but other people have. So let's see how this one sprays. I'll flip it over. Well, that one's not spraying real well either. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Let me try one of my other ones and see how that sprays. Well, first let me show you the glimmer. That, my friends, is glimmery. Can you see the shimmer in it? So if I could get it to spray right, you can see how well that works. See? Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so let me throw this away. And I'll get another piece. We'll use this. This is another bottle that I got at Target. And this is not, this one is not shiny. Oh, see, now that's how it's supposed to spray, right there. That's what I expected. Can you see that? That's just paint and water right there. So, there is either something wrong with this spray bottle, or it's just made like that. I think maybe if I hold it far, far away, it won't. Nope, it still sprays funny. Okay, so I guess it depends on your spray bottle, because this one's not working well. But we'll go ahead and try another, and we'll make the kind that's not shimmery, the graphite. So we'll make this one. I've always wanted a nice dark gray. And I have this really beautiful metallic gunmetal gray that I made with water. And to be honest, by looking at that last green one I made, the alcohol works way better than the water. So I may be dumping out all of my paint, which I'll show you right there, and making it with alcohol because it looks way better. And I'll show you the difference, okay? So here's the gunmetal gray, and this one is metallic. And I used it making this metallic gunmetal gray. And let me get my box again. And I will show you the glimmer in this one. And then you can compare it to the glimmer in that green. I don't know if this will show up on craft. Okay, so that is the gunmetal gray. Craft is probably not the best, but you can see it on the background of this white. So you see how shimmery it is? I think it's way better with the alcohol because that green was really shimmery. Let me see if I can get it to spray. See, so this is the water down here, and this is the alcohol. So we'll make this one with alcohol and see how it turns out. Well, that's a bummer that it doesn't spray right, especially when I'm trying to do a tutorial. Okay, so let's open this. I hate these little plastic things. Let me get my scissors. Okay. So we'll add some paint. Now remember, this is not the shiny kind. This is just to make a spray mist similar to Mr. Huey's or like October Afternoon Sprinklers. Okay, so you see how much I'm adding. I'm just going to keep going until the bottom is covered. Okay, so the bottom is covered. Then I'm going to add the alcohol. And then I'm going to try to find a sprayer for the top. Okay, so I'm filling it about that much full. Okay, so let me go find a lid or a sprayer. Maybe what I'll do is I'll clean out one of these sprayers and then I'll use it in this bottle. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I rinsed out that sprayer and I added it here, and we're just going to shake it up. Okay, see how easy it mixes? It doesn't even use all the paint because there's still a bunch down there, so I don't even think you need that much paint. You might want to try it with less paint because this really looks like it's working great. Okay, so the first few mists are probably going to be water, so let me do that in the garbage can. Okay, let me get my spray box and we'll look and see how it came out. And some more paper. Okay, so here is the regular spray without the shimmer. And I sprayed a whole lot on there, so let's see how fast it dries. That's a lot that I put on there. Let's do one without that much, because I don't usually spray that much on it. And I'm also using copy paper, so see my coupons that I never use. That's about how I usually mist, so I'll do that and see how fast that dries. Oh, that is drying fast. Huh, that's really fast. Look at that. It's almost dry. That's a lot faster than the kind with water. Let me grab some with water now and show that one to you, and we'll compare how that one dries. So, is this one water? I think this one's water. Okay, so this one is metallic amethyst. Let me shake that up. Okay, see that? So let's spray this one on this half and we'll see how fast it dries compared to the other. You can see how much better, see how fine the spray is on this, the ones from Target, the spray bottles from Target. Okay, now I just sprayed a whole lot on there, and see how pretty that shimmer is? And that's just with water. If I make this with alcohol, it's going to be even better. So, yeah, it's not drying nearly as fast. This side is so wet, it's just really wet, and this side's already dry. So, my take on this is that it works way better with alcohol. And as you can see, I'm sorry that it messed up with the spray, but as you can see, it's really shimmery with the paint. So if you want to make your own glimmer mist, then just go to your craft store or Walmart. Walmart has them. Pick up this folk art metallic paint, or you can get the Martha Stewart. There's a new line of paints out by Martha Stewart, and they have metallic and pearl and all kinds of shiny colors, and you can make a whole different selection of shiny paint sprays that way. But I just have these folk arts, and they work really well. And then get some alcohol and just cover the bottom of your spray bottle. Just cover it so that the bottom is covered with the paint, and then add your alcohol, shake it, and spray. So that's how you make it. And I'm sorry there's no measurements, but it's not an exact science. You just kind of add a little until it looks good, and just keep adding. So if in doubt, just put a little and then always add more. Okay, so I hope this helps you guys, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.